And we are live. What's good, Judge Man DL Saint? Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, guys. So yeah, man. The thumbnail says it all. Let me check the audio real quick, guys. Make sure the audio is good. Audio is good. Thumbnail says it all, guys. This is, YouTube world. I've been doing this little over 2 years now. And I got my first copyright strike. You only get three. I got my first copyright strike, man. And you won't believe why this is happening. Or maybe you will. Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. And I'm definitely gonna start off by saying this, bro. This is not a hit piece. I have no problems whatsoever with Maddy reactions at all. I even reached out to her via Instagram, because content creators are everywhere. They want you to watch their stuff. They want you to, go to all the different platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, wherever they are, they want you to find them. X, it is what it is. So it's not hard to reach out to folks. And the reason I say that is she could have reached out to me. Like, I definitely reached out to her. Again, not a hit piece here. This is just business. I'm pretty sure we'll have some of her supporters watching this. I'm pretty sure maybe even some of them are jumping in the chat, which would be cool. It would be amazing if Maddy herself were to jump in here in some way, shape, or form. But we're going to get into, what's going on and why. It just, I was kind of like, what's that? Red lipstick vibes in the building. What's good, sis? Good to see you, sis. I love those eyes. She's like, people like to look at this like, what's going on? Anyone who watches me or follows my content or my supporters know I'm not out here, head hunting. I ain't out here trying to bully on people. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff, man. We just doing what we do over here. We're looking at stuff and we're commenting on it. We're talking about it. This technology exists and it can be very good. It can be very bad. It could be everything in between. So, but we use it to learn and, learn from our mistakes, learn from our losses, learn from our wins and the losses and wins of other people. Like we were talking a lot about Travis Hunter, what's going on with his situation. Nothing against Travis Hunter. He put his content out there. So what's going on with him and his fiance, girlfriend, whatever, what's going on with her is out there. And you can't get mad when it comes back, right? When it comes back, you cannot get mad. Don't get mad at people because the first thing they're going to do is jump on the internet. They're going to hit up the interwebs and they're going to start researching, which is what I did when this happened. Brother Dino Dinosaur in the building. What's good, fam? What's happening with you, man? Good to see you. Say Superman trailer is out. James Gunn is coming out tomorrow. DC's only made one really good superhero film, and that was the first Wonder Woman. I thought that was really good. But the rest of the DC stuff is average at best. We'll see what James Gunn does with it. And a lot of the times, man, people, you can get the best creative folks and put them on your team, but if the studio is just going to, send you note after note after note, right? They're just going to destroy your creativity and stifle you. And you're going to come out with mediocre product, man. And that's what happens in Hollywood. The dailies go to the studio, and then the people in the studio send their notes back. They want to the studio send changes to the script. You just go through all these changes, and before you know it, it's not even your movie anymore. That's Hollywood's problem, and they're trying to deal with it now. And what Hollywood, I think, is going to do, and in my opinion, they're just going to go with creatives and the studio is going to go hands off and let them do what they do, get some hits, make some money, find another franchise that they can start, and then they'll start mailing it again and mess it up. Like, look what they did to Star Wars. Look what they did to the like all of the MCU stuff. Look what they did to Indiana Jones, like Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of thing. You know, it goes on and on and on. They'll just go and just destroy beloved franchises because they're just trying to make money. They don't really care. Man, it still was good. It was decent, but it wasn't, comparing when you compare the best the DC has to offer with what Marvel was doing, it's just no comparison. Like, you look at the Deadpool stuff, you look at, even even the Spider-Man, like Spider-Man stuff was good for the era that each of them came in. And then that last Spider-Man, when you had the different Peter Parkers show up, the whole multiverse thing, I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, Man of Steel was good. Dark Knight, the Dark Knight series was good. But, compared to all of their work, like we can look at Dark Knight. There's a couple Dark Knights. Like, Dark Knight series was decent. The Man of Steel was decent. It was decent. It was good. Wonder Woman was good. But the rest of the stuff, man, the rest of it is just, what are they doing? But I'll definitely, tomorrow I'll definitely check out the trailer, for sure. I mean, we can continue this conversation. I'll check out the trailer tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have an early show, for Trump Thursdays. I have an event Thursday night. It's not comedy. We're doing something else, but still, I got an event. I gotta, I'm gonna have to leave, so I'm gonna probably do this early in the day, just to see how it plays out. And we're gonna do that talk tomorrow. Well, not that talk, that episode tomorrow. We're gonna do Trump Thursdays. Where we talk about politics, news, and more. So we'll just be early. So hopefully I'll catch you guys on Team Replay. If I don't catch you during the day, it'll probably be around 1, maybe noon, somewhere in there. We'll go way early. Hopefully I'll have that thumbnail out tonight. So speaking of thumbnails, right, and I was working on today's thumbnail. We were gonna talk about the corporate real estate game. We were going to talk about what's going on in residential real estate here in America. We're going to talk about, American struggles with paying bills, like Americans in way too much debt. We're going to talk about just delinquencies on their debt. We're going to talk about repossessions of cars. We're going to talk about evictions, and we were going to talk about people losing their homes, being foreclosed on, and stuff like that. That's what we were going to talk about today. But I was working on a thumbnail, right? Because we're gonna react to some Kim McElroy stuff, and I found a newer YouTuber who goes out there and she purchases distressed properties, and she has some pretty good information. I was going to have her on there, and it was another channel who they're into gold. Their thing is gold, but they go over what's going on financially in America. I think it's like ITM or something like that, which is some pretty good information that comes from that channel. So I was setting it all up. I was working on a thumbnail. I went to upload the thumbnail, and boom, I wound up on a page where it said that I had a strike on my YouTube studio. So we're going to get into that. Brother Mandrell's in the building. What's good, fam? Yeah, Mandrell, I'm caught in the crossfire, bro. I'm caught in the crossfire. So when I saw that, I went to my YouTube studio. And here's my YouTube studio here. So I went to my YouTube studio and my dashboard. And it was, when I went here, it was, the whole page was like copyright strike, right? It was like, you couldn't do nothing. You had to acknowledge this thing, like, oh, okay, YouTube lets you know what's going on. So it was like a channel violation. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save this for the episode. But right away, I'm thinking like, man, what episode? Because whenever I'm making thumbnails, what I'll do is I'll make the thumbnail, and then I'll go to my other screen. I'll pull up my YouTube channel. I'll go to live where we have the episodes labeled, right? They're numbered. So I pull that up and I'm like, how did I make a mistake? How did I skip a number? So it was like 517, 519 episode, right? Episode 517, episode 519. So I'm sitting there like, well, how did I screw that up? I mean, I've done it before. Like, you kind of misnumber something, like when you're tired or whatever. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm missing a video, right? So I'm looking at it. what am I missing here? So again, I'm like, well, and I look at it for a couple of reasons. I'm looking at color schemes. I try not to use the same color in the background on too many thumbnails. So I'm looking at color schemes. I'm looking at what episode number, and kind of like, huh. And then I went to my YouTube studio, and that's what that big page was. Like, bam, right, bam, copyright strike. Like, whoa, what's going on with this? So that's where we are with that's here. That's what this is. So I've never had this before. So I'm like, oh, let me save this and I'll just do this on the live. So I'm like, all right, I've never had this before. So let's click at the active copyright strike. And here it is. Right. This is the copyright strike. One strike. We received a copyright removal request for your video based on applicable copyright law. We removed your video from YouTube. As a result, your video was removed from YouTube. Your channel received a strike. If you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel, along with any associate channels, will be subject to removal. It's like, learn more about the strike issues. What can you do? Do nothing. Strikes expire after 90 days as long as you complete copyright school. Right? Request retraction. Submit counter notification. Deleting the video will not remove the strike. Okay, that's where we are right now, right? So, and I'm thinking like, well, what was removed? And it was like the following videos have been removed from YouTube due to copyright strikes. Removal request, right? Strike on December 18th, which is today, and it expires March 18th. If I go to the copyright school and do all that. Episode 518, that's our missing episode, right? Episode 518, Big Law, Pretty Privilege. It was created December 15th. Content found in entire video. So information available upon request, like the video information, and it tells you who made the strike. Right. And it was removed, the content removed by Maddy Reactions. So that's who made the strike. That's who made the request. Maddy Reactions. Right. So in the video that they're talking about, we had Maddy Reaction was in there. We had the Medium Man was in there because we were talking about, successful women, and what that means. And we were talking, and we had that was the Big Law part. So it was like Pretty Privilege, which was Maddy Reactions. Big Law was Medium Man talking about this very, very successful female lawyer. And then the final video was Men Need to Be Heard. I think it was the name of the channel. It's an older gentleman talking about why men don't want to date older women. So those were the 3 videos that we reacted to in that episode. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, huh, okay. Right. Okay. So, I definitely have some research to do, figure out, okay, what can be done? How are we going to move forward? I remember Fresh and Fit went through a thing where they got fed up with so many people just making hit pieces and going after them and making money off of it that they decided to start striking folks. And I remember they were talking to Tim Pool about this, and Tim Pool was like, nah, that's not the way to do it. That's not why copyright strike exists. Like, this whole thing exists, and from, I'm definitely going to get more educated on this whole thing. But when you're dealing with copyright strikes and they're talking about taking someone's content and just reposting it, right? You don't make any changes. You're not doing any fair use. You're not reacting to it. You just, from my understanding, you're taking the content, you're putting it on your page, right? And if you're able, you're monetizing it or whatever. You're taking someone else's intellectual property, right? Which is not what's going on here. Now, of course, I'm definitely going to, I want to go through the YouTube channels, copyright school, because I want to see what they have to say about this. But with YouTube, it's just they just need any excuse at all works for them to do whatever they want to do. This is probably all driven by AI. I doubt very seriously if a human has looked at this at all. I doubt very seriously if a human has looked at this. So you just make the claim, and then the AI goes, finds the video, finds the footage, does whatever the AI is programmed to do. It removes the footage and sends out the notifications. That's what I think is going on. I do not believe a human has watched this at all. So And I don't believe that humans are involved in this process until there's a back and forth, like a counterclaim is like, no, that's not what's going on here. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to get into that possibly down the road. But, I was sitting around thinking about it like, well, why would Maddy Reactions, a reaction channel, solely a reaction channel, like what I'm doing now, she doesn't do. She doesn't just sit around and just talk about stuff. Like we do male improvement. We talk about different things over here. We talk about movies. We talk about sports a little bit. We talk about dating. We talk about family court. We talk about a lot of stuff over here. We just talk about relationships. We talk about, what's going on with, political side of America and the world. We look at domestic and international things, topics. So over here, and I really well know, we talk about a little bit of everything, right? You know what I mean? We just talk a little bit about everything. And we keep it 100 over here. Like we ain't going crazy. We're not trying to, hurt nobody, go after nobody. We're not trying to do any of that. But so right away, I'm looking at this. I'm like, bro, if I was gonna get hit with this is where we are, man. This is our sweet spot. This is our bread and butter. We do this all the time. We're always bringing up something. We're looking at something so we can comment on it, to make our points or whatever. And I'm like, if this is copyright infringement, then I'm gonna lose the whole channel. Right? You would think that, right? If this is copyright infringement, I'm gonna lose everything. So, and I'm you look at this and it's like, well, I'm reacting to someone who's reacting to someone else, right? The video we were reacting to was Maddy Reactions reacting to Bill Burr doing a bit about gold digging 304s. That's what we were reacting to. And she gave a lot of her opinion, like her opinions came out. So, and even she said it. She was making right from the very beginning, the video, she couldn't get 30 seconds into the Bill Burr reaction before making a comment. And she said, I know you guys are going to come for me in the chats. And, I know you guys, think differently, but this is what we're going to, she was making her statements, very feminist statements, very pro women. It was, okay, I get it. Right? No problem. And that's the reason we wanted to react to her. The content that we were doing here was reacting to not just her laughing at Bill Burr, listening to his content, but what she had to say about his content. What, her feelings on, male, female dynamic, family court, relationship, divorce, and the whole thing with 304, the 304 world. And like Bill Burr was saying, why is it we still call her the maid? Talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger's maid that had Arnold Schwarzenegger's baby, right? An affair. Why are we still calling her the maid? Why aren't we calling her 304? That's what she is, right? And old girl was giving her take on it, and I was reacting to that. This is kind of, it is what it is. Educated Tyrone's in the building. What's good, fam? So he just appealed an invalid hate speech strike. It looks like AI misjudged one of my Black Pill videos, but they reversed it within minutes. Wow. Okay. With this strike, I think it's going to be a little bit more, but yeah, it's AI doing what it's programmed to do. AI is doing what it's programmed to do. So right away, my mind goes to, well, why would she, and we're talking about Maddy Reactions, why would she just fire off an attack like that, right? Why would she just fire off an attack? It's one thing to, talk to someone, give them a warning, fire a shot across the bow, a warning shot, but it's quite another just, hey, just fire, direct hit, right? It's like, whoa, what's going on here? Like fire, direct hit. So, I was like, well, hey, this is crazy. Salute to you, bro. Always a pleasure to see you, bro. So I'm like, this is crazy. I wonder what's going on. So, of course, I have my video. I do everything on StreamYard. So all the videos you guys see out there pretty much backed up on StreamYard. I do erase them after a while because you can buy as much memories you want. You can store everything you want to do if you want to pay that. I don't pay that much. I pay a little bit, but for StreamYard, but I don't pay that much for extra memory. So I have enough storage where I can, I could probably keep a year and a half of stuff, depending on how long the videos are, on my backup. And then if I really want to keep it, I can download it to the computer so I have it forever. But normally what I do once I upload it to YouTube is there. Even when YouTube removes something, it's still there. They could put it back if they want. So I have the video I did, of course. I have that. So I'm just gonna load up this video. We're gonna be looking at some stuff here in a second, but let's go back here. I have the video that I did, but I wanted to go and see the video again that she did. I wanted to go back and watch the reaction to Bill Burr gold digging whore content that she did, that reaction video, and I wanted to read the chat because she made some comments in that video. One of the comments she made was 80% of women who get divorced who were stay-at-home moms. So 80% of the women who divorced that were stay-at-home moms end up homeless after the divorce. And we talked about it. Like, those numbers don't sound right. Like, I wish she would state her sources because that doesn't sound right at all. And then sure enough, she clipped in her chat, in the comments, she clipped the information she was referencing, and she said, "Oh, my numbers were off. I misspoke." But she pinned it to her chat. So I remember, I went into her comments. I glanced at that. This was, I guess about a week or so ago. I glanced at that, and I remember thinking like, "Oh, okay." And I kind of scrolled through the comments, and there was a lot of comments that were, they were firing off at her, bro. It's a lot of comments they were firing off at her. So she has quite a few simpletons that support her. Of course, she's a beautiful young woman. She's a beautiful smile. She has this very, very happy demeanor. So of course you're gonna have the simpletons, but then you also gonna have dudes who are red pill dudes. You're gonna have some dudes who are like on the border of black pill, MGTOW, them kind of dudes who just like looking at a pretty woman. These guys will talk all this madness, but they will go and they will follow a beautiful woman and watch her react to whatever, right? It is what it is. Of the simpletons and of these other guys, the simpletons are gonna be like, no matter what, they're just gonna support her or just keep their mouth shut. But the other guys, so you figure if all the dudes that are following her, 20% or more, probably hardcore simpletons, is 80% of those dudes are like, damn, I don't like what she said, and they're gonna voice their opinions like, nah, you're wrong about this. This is nope, that's not correct. You know what I mean? Oh, you sound like a feminist. And so she's going to have people coming at her, and then other people are going to see this outside of her world. They're going to come at her. So and she knew it. She's like, I know you guys are going to light me up in the comments. Go ahead, because she was saying it in the video. So I'm like, all right, let me go back and look. Right, let me go back. This was today. Let me go back and look at that video. And that's what brings us to this. Like, let me go back and look at that video. So I was scrolling, I just typed in Maddy reactions, Bill Burr, gold digging whore, right? And here's the top of it, right? Can't find a video. Right? She's really close to 100,000 subscribers. I think she might have even broke 100,000 subscribers because a month ago she was close to getting 100,000. So pretty big page, pretty big YouTube channel. And whenever they do something, you put her name in, it's gonna match it up. So I'm kind of going through it. She's done plenty of Bill Burr. Like if you take the gold digging part off, there's plenty of Bill Burr stuff that she's done. It'll probably pop right up. So I'm going through. I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. I could not find the video of her reacting to this bit right here. Plenty of other content creators reacting to it. Right. So I was like, what the? So I'm like, well, let's just look at, Maddy reactions, Bill Burr. Bam, look at that. It comes right up. See how it comes right up. There's all of her stuff. Sports rant, white guilt, right? Bill Burr on women for 20 minutes straight. Nothing would change with Trump. That's on there. Look at this. Remember the other page we were just looking at? It was just different YouTube channels. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's all her. It's all her. That's how her channel gets traction. She gets a lot of views. It's all her. Where is the Gold Digging 304 video? So I'm like, okay, I can't find it with a search. Where is it? And then it hit me. The reason she hit me with this copyright strike isn't because of her intellectual property. It isn't because, that I violated copyright law. Nah, the reason she did it, she wants to remove my video. That's what she wants. She wants that video to go away. Why? She wants that video to go away because it's probably hurting her bottom line. Right? It's probably hurting her bottom line. So here's her channel, right? And we go under videos. And remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but the outfit she has on in these first videos, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. All right. So the first 20 plus videos, the outfit that she's wearing is the outfit she was wearing when she did the Bill Burr reaction thing. Right. So these videos were uploaded. Let's see. The first one was 3 days ago. And then you drop down to where she's not wearing this outfit anymore. That was a month ago. So what she probably does, which is smart, what she probably does is she'll sit down, take a few hours or whatever, maybe half a day, and just make her reaction videos. Just kind of sit down, do a couple videos, hit pause, go do whatever, come back, do a few more videos, because she's wearing the same outfit. Probably, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours, however many hours of video, and then cut those down and upload them as separate videos, which is smart. That's smart. That's how you should do it. I mean, if you're doing straight 100% reactions and she's not adding effects, she's not intercutting reactions into a reaction video. Somebody, most of the people who edit their stuff, they'll edit stuff in. Like the one guy saying emotional damage, or that one guy saying got him. They'll edit in memes and stuff like that. Animated stuff or whatever. She's not doing that. What she's doing is just sit down. I'm gonna make all this content, however many hours, 3, 4 hours, whatever it takes, and then I'm gonna go back and just use either StreamYard or whatever platform she's using to cut it, and then post them. So you look at this one here, almost 2,000 views 3 days ago, reacting to Kiss, about 8 minutes and 54 seconds, which is cool. I don't know how she can monetize that. Maybe she's found a way to do it. But every time I do a video, if I'm, reacting to Mandy Bushel, or if I'm reacting to Chad Smith or something on Dromio, or if I'm putting up an old video, bro, I get hit with all kind of, it slows the video down. You guys watch it. We'll be talking about it. And all of a sudden, there'll be YouTubers will interrupt my live just because I'm, looking at something. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I reached out to her a couple times. I reached out to her. We're going to get to that. I reached out to her today, as a matter of fact, to talk about this. But we're going to get into it. This man Joe's asking me, like, yo, didn't you reach out and invite her to the show? I sure did. This AKA ladies in the building. What's good, sis? Yeah, I got a strike, girl. I got my first one. Got a strike. And we're talking about why I think I got the strike. So you see how she does her thing. Great views, right? 2,000 views here, 6,500 here, 7,000, 7,000, 4,000, 1,000, 40,000. This one right here, this guy's hilarious, reacting to Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright, again, old school comic, right there, legendary, not top tier legendary, but legend. Stephen Wright's funny. He's old school guy. 40,000 views on that 12-minute video. So she's doing really well. She's been doing this about a year. You go back to her oldest stuff, it's a year. She's been doing this a little over a year. Right. And again, this is why her part of the video that I was talking about, I labeled her pretty privileged, because she's pretty. And although it takes work, she's not going to have to work as hard to get the views, right? Again, she's very easy on the eyes. She comes off very pleasant. She has a very nice smile. She laughs. It's a cute laugh. And she's pretty much reacting to some pretty safe, bland stuff. Like the probably the most spicy thing she reacted to is Bill Burr content. And that thing when, like the gold digging 304 thing, she kind of came away from her persona that she has built on YouTube, which is just pretty neutral. She came away from that, right? She came away from that and kind of showed her colors on the feminine side, a little bit feminist, right? Just kind of the norm. And that hurt her, right? That definitely hurt her. Right. She's like, new shirt revealed 100,000 subscribers. She's at 97,900 subscribers. She's got 871 videos. She's doing extremely well. Right. Uh-oh, Cody's Kings in the building. I wish I had, I'm going to have to go get that sound back. How dare you? Exactly, bro. Exactly. How dare I highlight her position on male and female dynamic? I mean, it is what it is. Right? It is what it is. So I was sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, she removed this video and she fired off a shot at me to take down a video. Why? Right? Why? Well, most everything is motivated by money or some such. Right? So I went over to Social Blade. Social Blade, guys, is where you can track analytics and on everyone. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. All YouTube channels and stuff like that, you can find out who's doing what. So I went in, I put in her information, and here it is right here. I give it a full screen there. There she is right here, Social Blade, Maddy reactions, right? She got 871 uploads, 97.9 thousand subscribers. So it's going up there. Video views, over 15 million video views. She's doing really well. She has a B as her grade on here. Shows your ranking and all that stuff. It shows you how much money you're making or anticipated to make. And her earnings, I mean, they give you a really wide, a really wide berth there. Anywhere between $279 up to $4,500 in monthly earnings is what they're looking at. Estimated yearly earnings anywhere between $3,400 and $53,700. And it's like, what's up? But the thing I wanted to watch, thing that caught my eye was subscribers for the last 30 days. Now, remember, a month ago, she had that video up. A month ago, she did that last push where she was chopping everything up. And then she's been uploading them ever since. So a month ago, she had that video up, and she's down 23,000. She's down 23.1%. Right? She's losing subscribers. Right? She's down 23% on her subscribers. Now, again, you can't worry about subscribers in this game. Numbers go up, numbers go down. It is what it is. But I believe that's the reason she wanted the video gone. She wanted the video gone because that video did more damage than what she was anticipating. Let's come out of that. That video did more damage than what she was anticipating. And she wanted it gone. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Do they give you a reason? They just say you in violation of copyright law, or they'll say you're in violation of, terms and conditions or whatever. They never really give you a reason. YouTube never will. They just cite something and they just do what they do. So you have to kind of go back and figure it out on your own. Right? That's how it works. You just got to figure it out. So, and Cody's right. She's embarrassed about something. She's embarrassed about what's going on with that video. What she said, she found embarrassing, and it cost her. It cost her viewership. It just, and that's what she's looking at. At the end of the day, it comes down to money. It's like, man, I'm doing good. People send her gifts. They send her all sorts of stuff, man. And that's where she's at with it. She's like, damn, this is hurting me. So, and I wanted to look at some of her stats. Um, I wanted to kind of look at, hold on one second. I'm looking at something here, guys. My bad. They got me changing the browser. I'm not gonna do all that right now. I'm not gonna do that right now. So anyway, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm looking at something. So I want to just look at her numbers to see how many dudes. We already know is her guys are driving her channel. They're dudes that are driving her channel. I mean, again, she's cute. It's pretty privileged. It is what it is. And she kind of went at those dudes. And that's the issue. That's the issue. To Cody's point, she's like, yeah, she's embarrassed about something. Yeah, she's embarrassed about what she said. It hurt her, right? It just hurt her. Like, what the hell's going on? These people didn't like it, and I get it. She wants it to go away. Like, it's a oopsie, right? It's just an oopsie. I can't get the information I was trying to get. You have to be a member. Social Blade. Sorry about that. So let me pay attention to y'all. Let me pay attention. She made a mistake. She put out the video. She said what she said. She forgot that the people that are pushing her channel are men. What type of men? Lonely men. Men who've been through the ringer. Dudes who've dealt with the family court system. Invisible guys. She's dealing with those dudes. And then again, they're invisible to her. I mean, she see the analytics, but she probably walk right by those dudes in real life. She wouldn't. It's no shade on her. That's just how women are. That's why we tell guys, you got to be the best version of yourself if you want women to look at you, bro. These are all the guys trying to do a version of the friendship zone, want to do some simpleton tactics, thinking it's going to help them out. It's not. It's not going to help you. Right? It's not going to help you. So these guys are looking at this, listening to her, they get into the chats, they're saying all this stuff, and then what happens? She sees it. She's like, oh my goodness, this is bad. Let me delete this video. Let me grab this video and take it out of here. Let me get rid of this. Instead of just standing on your square, like, yeah, this is how I see this. This is my take. Like when we put our take out there, like, hey, this is where I stand, be it politics or religion or social dynamic, whatever. Hey, man, it's out there. It's out there. And this is why so many men will look at women, especially attractive women, beautiful women, and they'll say there's no accountability. They're not going to take accountability or responsibility for anything they do. If they can just run away from it and try to bury it, that's what they're going to do. They can just kill it. They're going to kill it. Right? And that's what she's looking at. I got this one video out here. Right? That video hasn't been out there long. It hasn't been out there more than 30 days. She doesn't like the way it's dragging down her channel. This is just my take on this. I could be wrong. She doesn't like the way it's dragging down her channel. And she has to do something about it. Like, okay, I can delete my video, which is what she did right away. Let me just go ahead and remove this. I'm deleting this video. And then, because I'm at it, at Maddy, at the Medium Man, at whoever, and I do a reaction to it, she just can't remove mine. Right? It's like, okay, I got rid of mine, but that's still out there. I got to do something about that. Who is this DL Saint dude? I got to do something about that. I got to get that off the interweb, right? I got to get that off. And meanwhile, guys are passing it around. Guys are saying, hey, did y'all see this thing that she did about Bill Burr? Man, it was crazy. Yo, this dude named DL Saint, he reacted to it, bro. I guess he's in the Mano Swamp. I guess he's part of that red pill world. Check it out. They're sending it back and forth to each other. And then dudes, I'm pretty sure dudes are like, yo, I can't find that video. What happened? Oh, I can't find that video either. Well, let's go back to her page. I can't find her original video. Now they know what time it is. And this is the problem. It's never what you did, it's the cover up, right? They're gonna look at this like even most of the simpletons are gonna be like, man, that ain't right. That ain't right, but I'm gonna keep looking at her because she's pretty. But then a lot of those dudes are gonna be like, man, I'm moving on. This ain't cool. Like this guy ain't did nothing to her. Like he's doing what she does. Think about that. I reacted to a video of her reacting to someone else. Like that's what I did. I did a reaction of a reaction, and I'm in the wrong. I'm the one who violated the copyright law, which is not the case. I did not. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, Cody. Like they don't like what they don't like, man. Yeah, that's what YouTube like. Yeah, you think it's a game? Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. More shots, right? I mean, it's more shots for just having a conversation. YouTube can do whatever they want to do. You come on the YouTube platform, they can do whatever they want to do. So many people get upset with YouTube, but it's like, hey, man, this is their thing. They're the only game in town, really. Like, you can go to Rumble if you want. You can deal with that madness over there, right? You can go to X if you want and try to upload your stuff over there. You can do that, but YouTube is the big leagues until someone comes along and challenges them. Yeah, Miss AKA, she's late. She's sorry if I'm backtracking. Who is this lady and what embarrassing thing did she say? This young girl, she is a YouTuber. She does reaction videos, right? So let me pull her up again. She just does reaction videos. You know, here's her page right here. I'll pull it up for you. You can check it out. She has good content. If you like reaction videos, you should check her out. Right? I did. That's how I found her. I stumbled across her video. She was reacting to something. It might have been Bill Burr, something, or a movie. She was reacting to something. And I landed there and I'm like, oh, right? It's like, okay. She's easy on the eyes. She has a very pretty smile. She has a cool laugh. And she seemed really down to earth. Like really down to earth. If you go through her Instagram, I'm not going to post her Instagram, but she has it in her bio on YouTube. If you want to check out her Instagram, it's right there if you want to check it out. Very down to earth, very beautiful woman. I don't know where she is in the country. My guess is somewhere on the West Coast. But she likes animals. She tastes like I think she does gardening. She raises animals like livestock kind of stuff, like chickens and stuff, I believe. She goes to the range. She likes guns. Like she knows how to shoot. I was looking at one of the pics she put out there of her on the range, and she's just firing all headshots. I'm like, someone needs to teach her center mass. Center mass. That's where you want to put them. You want to put the majority of the rounds in the center mass, put a couple rounds in the head if you want, but center mass. But this is her page. And she just reacts to stuff. She does live videos every now and then. She'll go on and do a live. She hasn't done a live in over 3 months. Right? She does lives. She was, I guess she was a gamer girl. That's going to bring people in. She's a gamer chick. She's been doing this a little over a year. Like, oh, come study with me. Let's study together and we can accomplish our goals. These are some of her oldest videos. Hey, bro, it is what it is. Pretty privilege is a great thing, man. If you can get it, right? She did a video of Bernie Mac, and I'm not going to watch the video, but the title, right? So a month ago, she hit 90,000 subscribers. She put it in the title. Reacting to Bernie Mac, original milk and cookies. People asked her to react to this. But she's, right when she started this, she was like, oh, we're at 90,000. We've been doing this over a little over a year. We're at 90,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. You know how it goes. Just about 6,000 views on that video. She's doing great. She's, that Social Blade gives you that big old, right, that big range as far as how much she's making. Like she's doing good. She's getting to a point where she's starting to make some decent YouTube money monthly. Like it'll become real. You can start paying bills, knocking down stuff. Like you can start doing stuff with this kind of bread. So I ain't mad. So this is who she are. She just, this is Maddy reaction. She just reacts to stuff. To answer your question, that's who she is. She just reacts to stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of reaction channels out there. Yes, it's the same woman from yesterday, Brother Pablo in the building. What's good, fam? Right? Same person from yesterday. So, I mean, I'm not mad because she has to make her bread. She doesn't want to mess that up. You got to keep your base happy. Her base is men. When you rocking with pretty privilege, where you're male or female, you got to know who you're dealing with. She's dealing with a lot of men, and these guys are going to watch her content. There's nothing groundbreaking about what she's doing, and it doesn't have to be. This is YouTube. Why are they watching her content? Because they find her attractive. They think she's beautiful, right? It's kind of like an oasis. They can go and watch her and interact, send in a super chat or send in some, send in a comment, probably a super chat in order for her to see it, because there's going to be so many messages. So just send in a super chat and you're like, oh, I'm interacting with her. Oh, yeah, she knows me. She's going to have an event one day and I'm going to buy a VIP and spend $1,500 to go out there to hopefully meet her and shake her hand. She'll give me a hug and take a picture, or maybe she's getting big enough to where she could probably start going to these YouTube events, these YouTube conferences, right? 100,000 a year. Like she's on track. She's doing well. And again, I'm not mad at her, but she put out this video. She said what she said. And now it's like, oh man, I just screwed up. I doubt if she has a team. I'm pretty sure she has people that she talks to, but to remove her video, that's one thing. I got to remove my video. This is bad. But once she saw my reaction video, she had to get rid of that too. And there's only two ways to do it. You can copyright strike like she did, make a claim. I don't know if she realizes what that means. I'm not sure if she understands copyright law, but she's probably looking at like, it got the video removed temporarily. The video is going to come back. She got the video removed temporarily. So you can go through YouTube, or you can reach out to the content creator yourself. I'm on Instagram. She's on Instagram. She can reach out to me like I reached out to her. I sent her a message. Say, hey, basically I sent her a message and saying, look, you hit me with a copyright strike. Let's have a conversation. I'm pretty sure that we can come to terms. We could find a remedy for this. I'm pretty sure we can find a remedy. It'll be way easier for her to just remove the claim than what's going to happen next when we go through this whole back and forth. And she might find herself in a little bit of trouble, depending on how many, maybe it was other people that she hit up. Joe Cool's in the building. What's good, fam? Like, I can't believe you still mad I struck your channel. Right. He's like, I still can't believe you mad. And this is one of those things, man. Like, I'm not, man, to me, it's just business. It is what it is. I'm easy to work with. I'm easy to talk to. If she were like, listen, I made a mistake. Can you please remove the video, or can you make it private? I've had people hit me up and ask me to make videos private, and I've done it. They gave me a reason. I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't mad. I could do that. No problem. Because I could easily make another video. Right? I can easily just cut out the first part of the video and then repost it with just Medium Man and the other stuff on there. It's not a big thing. I ain't tripping. I'm not trying to destroy you. I see what you're doing. But at the same time, you did that to yourself. You didn't do it to me. You put it out here. You good. When it's rolling good, great. When it's rolling bad, you don't want to take responsibility for what you did? Come on. You're right, Mandrell. It's not my fault. And she is trying to delete all the evidence of what she said in that video. No matter how it affects your channel, she doesn't care. She's a coward. She's moving like most women. I ain't going to say most women. She's moving like a lot of women move. There are a lot of dudes who do the same thing. There are a lot of dudes out there who do the same thing. There's people who move like that. They get frustrated. They get scared. Like, they don't know how to react. Like, man, I want to stop the bleeding. Let me stop the bleeding. And I'm pretty sure she had to have someone she was talking to. It had to be someone and if there's anybody who knows anything about YouTube, they probably say, hey, you probably don't want to do that. How about you just reach out to the guy? But if you reach out to your homegirls who have no idea what you're doing, I'm like, just copyright strike. It says if you copyright strike, they will remove the video and da-da-da. Okay, just do that. Not realizing that's going to cause more problems, because this video is going to be out there. I'm going to at her, right? Just like we do. Matter of fact, let me change the title. Just how we do. We're going to add it. People are going to see it. People are going to see it. People are going to see it. And those people are going to say, they're going to, like I said, it's not what you did initially, but now you're trying to cover it up. And that's what they don't like. They're not gonna like that at all. Like, how you just gonna go after someone else? Like, why are you doing that? It becomes a David versus Goliath. Like, you got like 100,000 subscribers. This dude got like 2,100 subscribers. Right? Like, it's just one of those things. So they, they just don't understand. And I'll go back and change the I'll add the add. They just don't understand. It's like, what are you doing? You going after this guy, you ambush this dude, like you fire off at this dude. Did you ask him to take it down? Did you ask him to remove that part? Did you try to just explain to him like, hey man, I made a mistake. I just, can you please, help me out? I would have listened to her. Right. I'd have been eager and willing to make a compromise. Like, all right, let's do this. I will remove the video. I will remake the video, take your part out. If you are willing to come on my platform and allow me to interview you. Right. We could do the interview. If you want to stay away from what you did and what you said, fine, but we can talk about inner sexual dynamics. We could talk about family court a little bit. We could talk about that thing you said about 80% of women who get divorced wind up homeless. We could talk about that. Just let's have a conversation, right? A pleasant conversation, and I'll pull the video. Not a problem. But no, we're not going to do that. Brother Pitney in the building. What's good, fam? I mean, they won't do that. I'm just going to use this thing, and I don't care. And that's that's the emotional response. You got to be careful with that. Trust me, I've been caught in crossfire before. Again, this has nothing to do with me. It's not that she's upset with me. She doesn't know me. She just needs to get this content removed. She's trying to scrub the internet, which is impossible. She's trying to scrub it, which is impossible. And people are paying attention. People just be looking for drama. Like, she's gonna have 25% of her group, those hardcore simpletons. They ain't going nowhere. They'll always be with her no matter what she does or says. But the rest of those dudes, the other 75%, those guys will drift away. Right? Someone will just drift away. They won't say nothing. Someone will make comments and leave and show up on other channels and talk about like, yeah, they're right. The manosphere is right, man. Women do move this way and da 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 da. And it's like, it's not just women, it's all people. It's all people. YouTubers move that way. But I just thought it was crazy that someone who does reaction videos only is doing their best to remove a video. There's a reaction of them. I just thought that was crazy. And and Cody's right, man. It is definitely enjoyable to watch a pretty woman. You know what I mean? To speak to the ugly one. Pretty privilege is a real thing, y'all. It's a real thing. And in today's society, it could get you paid. And you ain't even got to be that fine. To be honest with you, you don't have to be that pretty. She's exceptionally lovely. Like I said, she's up there. I went through her Instagram, and in her Instagram, she was a beauty model. She was like doing pageants and stuff like that. She had won something. She had a crown on and a slash or whatever. And she was saying this was my life then. I was chasing this or whatever. She's up there. People talk about 9 and 10. The only thing keeping her from being a 10 is she wasn't more successful at the beauty pageant stuff. Had she been that and went on to be a supermodel or something like that, then yeah, she's a 10. Making money off your look. She's a solid 9, and that 9 is growing because of YouTube. She's not on OF doing that. She's over here doing this, and she's making good money and can make more. She just realized like, oh man, I made a mistake. And all she had to do was just hit me up. I absolutely will remove content, depending on what it is, then it depends on how you come at me. Like, okay, if you're, I'm cool with, Melanie King. I'm really cool with Melanie King. That's my girl. If Mel came, let's say I didn't know Melanie King and I reacted to something she did. Let's say I was on the other side of some issue and I reacted to something she did. And Melanie hit me up. She's like, look, you called me at a bad time. That video was up for a couple days. It's doing really bad. It's dragging my channel down. It's hurting me financially. Would you consider removing that content? Same thing. No problem, Mel. How about you let me interview you? Let's collab. Let's do some work. Since I'm taking that down, people are going to want to see it. I'm taking that down so we can make up for that by doing the collab. And if that person says no problem, let's do the collab, I will absolutely remove that content from before. I don't care. I'm still small. I will absolutely remove it. Just give me something to replace it with. Just give me something to replace it with. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at what she did, but I can definitely talk about it. Right? I'm gonna definitely talk about it. I considered putting more of her content up just to force her to do more strikes, and I would definitely get a human to look at it. The human would be like, what's going on? What is he doing? He's using content to talk about what y'all got going on. I was like, I don't want to do it that way. Not yet. Bro, can you please take that video down? My wig is falling off. Whew. I would consider it as long as you do a video with me about wigs. Right? Let's do a video about wigs. I would consider it. If we can swap the content out with something, I would absolutely do it. But I'm not, my thing is I'm trying to help people level up. I'm trying to use this to help dudes, especially. I'm not hard. I'm not a guy who's not going to listen. Right? I'm not going to sit here and just try to, monetize and capitalize off your suffering. I'm not trying to do that. But at the same time, it's not a guarantee. Like, it depends on how you come at me. You got to talk at me a certain way. Right? A strike is serious. If you get 3 strikes, they'll remove your channel and any associated channel. So I got this, and I have Downrange Podcast, which I haven't really done anything with. I was going to change that into a movie review channel. So if I get 3 strikes on this channel or that channel, they'll remove both. Right? So it's pretty serious. It's pretty serious. And this is the first one. And like I said, I'm not just going to let it ride. I'm definitely going to, hit YouTube up. I'm going to have to appeal this. Like, nah, nah, we can't do it like that. And it's like, if what I'm doing is infringes on copyright, then her whole channel infringes on copyrights. I mean, look what she's doing. I mean, look what she's doing. So, and again, I don't know, like the stuff, like the video she does. She has a video when she like listened to AC/DC for the first time, or Aerosmith or something like that. She got all these videos with musicians and got videos from network television and all that. I mean, bro, there's some, it just, to me, it strikes me, it just kind of hits me funny. Like, yo, all you do is reactionary video and you're going after someone for reacting to you. So it's definitely serious. And the appeal is going to take it's going to take some time, bro. It's just on that one, it's just on that one video. Now, of course, like if I go through the whole appeal process, we go through all this, and then YouTube's like, oh, you're right. You didn't do anything wrong. Sorry, we're going to remove the strike, put the video back up. And then she came to me. It's like, hey, can you take your video down? I'm going to say, no. Say, absolutely not. I reached out to you. Right? Tried to talk to you. I did a video about it. Right? Your people saw it. I know you saw the video. If you saw, I know you watching. That's another thing with women. They can't help but watch. She's watching. Right? She is watching. Her people are watching. They're going to hit her up in the comments. DL Saint did a video about you. He did a video about the strike. Why did you copyright strike DL Saint? What did he do wrong? Right? Where's that video? All that's going to come out. And she's going to have to deal with it. It could have been look at that's my people, that's my sis right there. That's the Don Marco right there. Oh, I'll go through all that. Oh, hell no. You want to talk to me now? Oh, hell no. Miss AKA lady is a gangster. But this is how YouTube works, y'all. This is how YouTube works, man. I mean, it's crazy. It is what it is. Little shorty has an opportunity to work with me. I mean, before we get into this process, I mean, she could hit me up. Like I said, I think My guess is I don't know where this woman is on planet Earth, but my guess is she's on the West Coast, just going through her Instagram, and I'm basing that on just the scenery and the weather and all that kind of stuff. A lot of times, people you can tell where they live because seasons, right? Ain't no seasons out there. So my guess is she's probably somewhere out there on the West Coast. And a lot of pretty people wind up out there anyway. Why? Especially if you're chasing the beauty pageant world, that's going to lead you to the acting world in some way, shape, or form. That's all out there. Either you're going to be trying to get, some sort of agency and trying to get into fashion. It's going to take you to LA. It's going to take you to New York. And if you're really at that top tier level, it's going to take you to Paris. Right? It might take you to some other European countries. It is what it is. I mean, she was right there. Like, you go through her Instagram, it's like, man, she's fit. Like, she's really in shape. She could have been like a fitness model. She has options. She could do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? She could do a lot of stuff, man. So a lot of people, in that world wind up in LA or the West Coast. Let's say the West Coast. And I would say it's probably Central or Southern California, if in fact she is in Cali. But she could be in Washington. She could be a little further north, but it gets cold up north a little bit. I'm not seeing any pictures where it's cold. So just all of her pictures seem to be like really fair weather. So I don't know. I don't know where she is. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you go after somebody like this, refusing to talk to them, like you just don't get to pop off first. When you pop off first like that, it's just it limits your options on the back end. Oh, I tried to force this. That didn't work. Oh, hi, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Bat the eyes. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I've only been doing this a year. And I thought that they would just, I didn't think you would get in trouble. The video, I said some things that, that I didn't really mean it that way. And I just didn't need that video out there. Why didn't you reach out to me? I just thought that's what you did. You just put a copyright and they'll take the video down and, no one gets hurt. It'll be something like that. And, I would just have to refer her to Miss AKA lady. Like, well, holler at my sis, Miss AKA lady. If she says that, yeah, we're going to take it down, then we'll take it down. But holler at her. And we've already heard Miss AKA lady's answer, right? Like, no. But that's what it boils down to, guys. I got a strike. This is how it works. YouTube does give you an opportunity to appeal and do all this other stuff, which I will do. But I want to send this out. This is the olive branch. I want to send this out because I know she's gonna see it. Right? I'll jump in. And the thing is, you can't really jump into their comments because they will remove your comments and stuff like that. They, that's what they're gonna do. More likely, she will probably ignore me on Instagram. Okay, fine. But at least I want to put it out there. Just let people know, like, hey, I want to work with you. Remove the strike and we can talk. Kind of thing. Let's work something out. And another thing too is the outright refusal to become better, to learn from this. Instead of just saying, oh man, I got all these people who support me that really came out hard against me when I said these things. Let me re-examine these things. We talk about this stuff all the time over here, right? We'll talk about stuff. I'm like, let me re-examine that. Let me think about that. That's how I rock. That's how you get better as a person. But when your initial reaction is to, I just want to scorch earth, burn it all to the ground, get rid of it. I mean, damn. Like, that's how you want to move? I'm trying to move like America. You trying to move like the Kremlin. You trying to move like China, North Korea. That's strong arm right there. Why not sit back? She would do better to get someone from this side of the world. Doesn't even have to be me. She can go get someone who's more, blue pill centric. They can talk about this stuff and just have a conversation and say, oh, you know what? I didn't know my numbers were off. I didn't realize that 70 to 80% of divorces were initiated by women. I didn't realize that the vast majority of the time, I forget the numbers, I don't have them in front of me, but there's a high percent, it's the super high percentage of alimony and child support going from male to female and not the other way around. I didn't realize that men were being removed from their children and they had to fight and pay millions and millions of dollars just for an opportunity to participate in their child's life. This is stuff that she could have learned. She's like, I've never heard of the movie The Red Pill. Watch that movie. Made by a woman who was just as beautiful as you, just as feminist as you, who went in so she can prove all these weirdo dudes wrong. And what happened? She got them numbers. She was like, damn, these dudes are getting wrecked. And what happened? Women came after her. The world came after that woman for making that movie. Great movie. But if she had done that, she would win over even more men. And then she doesn't have to be the pick me and, stand there with the red pill banner. She could just say, hey, man, it made me rethink my position. Damn. That is pretty bad. Yeah, dudes do have it bad. Man, we do need to work on the family court system. Leave it at that and go back to, hey, this is my reaction to cute puppies. You know what I mean? She could do whatever at that point and never revisit it. Just do one, maybe two videos about it and move on. Stay away from it. Okay, I'm going to stay away from that. Give it a month or so and then remove the Bill Burr video. She easily have done that. Right? Easily has done that. But, it's a lot of people who, this is why you got to, men, you got to keep your emotions in check. Don't do this. Don't fly off the handle. You fly off the handle, some dude going to come see you. Women fly off the handle all the time. And then they're like, oh, forgive me. Correction. They fly off the handle and it's like, it's not my fault. It was still that person's fault or society's fault. It was everyone else's fault but me. That's what I'm seeing. And that's terrible. And this is something we need to fix. I wish more women were like Miss AKA Lady, who were like, yeah, if I did it wrong, I did it wrong. Oopsie. I did it wrong. I'm going to fix that or I'm going to learn from that. We got some real women out there. A lot of really cool base women, Sister Candace is like that. Like, yeah, if I get it wrong, it's wrong. Whatever. It's cool people out there, cool women out there who are responsible for their own actions. Again, this woman decided to say what she said. She said what she said. And now she wants to run from it and destroy it as if it never happened. It's like, nah, baby, you can't. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Miss AKA Lady, you crazy. Start believing in grudges. I don't forget either. Right. But, again, I look at the business side of this. And Cody's right. Like, man, she's definitely going to ignore you. Yeah. I sent her a message on Instagram. That's it. Can't say you didn't get it. Of course, you will say, I don't remember that. Screenshot. Here it is. I'm not going to go into her comments because then she'll go to YouTube and it's like, oh, he's harassing me. No, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. JSJD in the building. Was good, fam? He's like, let's get it started. Now we ain't got to get started. We good, man. Just learn from it. Again, this is another learning lesson, a teachable moment. This is how people move. This is how some people move. You got to be prepared for it. And YouTube is going to do what YouTube does. We already know that this content is shadow banned. We already know that. And a lot of my people, some of my homies are like, man, you ain't being shadow banned. It's just the algorithm. Like, bro, I'm telling you, man. YouTube got their thumb on my back, bro. They don't want this content out there, especially since I'm not one of those dudes out there screaming and being all wild with it. They do not want someone who's older, calm, collected, just calling strikes and balls on this topic. They don't want it. They don't want it. They want to slow it down. Of course they do. You're right about that, Miss AKA Lady. You got to be careful with those people with that destructive impulse. There's so many folks like that. They just get frustrated. And not to knock on the pretty people, but pretty privileged, man, they ain't used to having to deal with anything negative like this. They ain't used to it. They used to everyone agreeing. She probably thought like they're going to agree with me no matter what. But for her to even say, like, I know some of y'all going to come at me in the chat. She probably was shocked at how many dislikes she got and how many people came at her. Cause I went through that chat, right? I went through it and I went through her comments and I was like, yo, that seems about right. Them dudes were coming at her hard. And those are the ones who wanted to say something. most of the guys are just like, hey man, we out. They just leave and they don't come back. And like I said, bro, people were sending her gifts. Like she's right there on par, getting it, getting it the way it normally comes for pretty people. Right now, I done said everything I done said. The final thing could be she just didn't like the fact that I said pretty privilege. Maybe she don't like that. They was like, it's nothing to do with privilege. I work hard over here, because she has to make the content. She has to do the research, right? She is working hard, but it's nothing wrong with getting that pretty privilege. Like a lot of people, a lot of dudes too. There's some dudes out there to get that privilege, and you point it out to them like, bro, you ain't qualified for this. And then they get mad. No, I did everything. Like, you ain't qualified for this, bro. That the boss lady, man, you smashing her, right? I mean, we just gone out a couple times. Like, that's how you got this position, bro. I ain't mad at you. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? I give him a pound for that. I'm all in, man. You want to smash your way to the top? Go ahead and do it, bro. There's a lot of women out here in powerful positions, man. Like, if that's all it takes, you know what I'm saying? Give her a little dang-a-lang. That's all it takes. Shit, she can get it. I ain't mad. It could be that, but yeah, accountability for women is like kryptonite. Yeah, Cody's like, I just need to stop oppressing women by stealing their stuff, bro. I am taking her inner what do you call that? Her IP. 100% misogynist behavior. Like, I'm the bad guy here, man. I'm taking her intellectual property, bro. Man, she's doing this wrong. She is doing this wrong. She's doing this all wrong. Have the conversation, or ask someone to remove their stuff, or just don't say nothing about it. Remove your content. I'm not big enough. Could you imagine if someone like, could you imagine if Fresh and Fit caught a hold of this? Like, could you imagine if the guys on whatever podcast caught a hold of this? You strike them? Oh my goodness. Hey, that's one of those things. It's like, this is not the way. This is not the way. But there are going to be guys that are going to jump over there. And guys, I'm not asking you guys to go over there and jump over there and give her a hard time. I'm not asking you to do that at all. Her people over there are looking and watching, and they're like, what happened? And they're going to see this video. Her people are going to see this video. And I'm like, yo, why did you strike that guy? He didn't do anything to you. Why did you do that? And you're going to be forced to answer for that. You're just going to be forced to answer for that. Yeah, a lot of people say that, JSJD. They say that. The thing with YouTube is YouTube has no competition. YouTube has no real competition. If a couple billionaires got together and decided they wanted to make a platform and compete with YouTube, YouTube would change tomorrow. All this will go away. They would change tomorrow. But when you don't have any competition, you can do whatever you want to do. And that's where they are right now. Remember when YouTube started, man, they were just giving out money left and right. And they still really, the best way to monetize and make bread is on YouTube. All the other platforms fall way short. But YouTube is at the point where if they don't like your content, they're going to suppress it. They're going to suppress it, bro. Right? So, and we just need to have that competition out there, bro. We just need to have that competition. It's like, why would a feminist have a conversation? Hey, some of them do. There was this woman on, I did a video about it. There was a woman, a feminist. She had Michael Certain on. And the video, my God, she looked so bad. This is old school, old lady feminist. And I did a video on it. And I did a DL short on it. And I wanted to go back and do another one, a full I really want to know episode. And I couldn't find the video. It turns out that she erased the video. She erased the video. So like, I'll pull that up so you guys can check it out. But she had a conversation with Michael Certain, and she didn't like the way it looked. She removed the video. Mike was talking about it. Now, I'm pretty sure she didn't like copyright strike him and all this kind of stuff, because I know he had, I think what happened was she just didn't send him a copy or whatever. of the interview, but it was crazy. So let's definitely check this out, man. Let's check this out because I still haven't. But you're asking, like, why would they have a conversation? But check this out.
When you look at post closures, the divorce rate went through the roof. And Michael, you had some strong thoughts about that. What are your
like I said before, when it comes to divorce rate, women are leaving men often. It's Scott Galloway, who's a very politically progressive guy. He's a liberal who comes out and he says nobody wants to date with broke men. And so, Cynthia, one of the things I wanted to establish at the beginning of this is when you talk about men, you're not talking about all men. There are two clear different species of men. There's the species of men that's the 6'5", blue eyes, works in finance that women are seeking. And those men, because they have so many more options with women, they're very hard to get them to settle down. Dr. David Buss talks about in situations where there's more women seeking men, those men are going to choose short-term strategies. And often those women are going to become frustrated because they're trying to lock down a guy that several other women want. Then there's the other 85% of men who don't have anywhere near the same level of access to women, and specifically the bottom third of men who have absolutely none. And whenever we talk about men not stepping up or men not being vulnerable, when those men are vulnerable, these women do not care. If a guy you were not attracted to came up and bought you flowers, you're not going to become attracted to him because he bought you flowers. When women say they want a man to buy them flowers, what they mean is they want a man they're attracted to buy them flowers. When women say, I want a man who to be vulnerable with me, what they want is a man who they're attracted to be vulnerable to them. Because if a homeless person came up to you and started saying, hey, I just want to let you know I'm going through some shit, bought you flowers, you're not going to go home and sleep with him just because he was vulnerable with you and because he bought you flowers. And it's a very confusing message for men. And the other thing is, where I'm going to take umbrage with what you're saying before, the guidelines for men, what I'm saying is actors that are men dressing in drag, Machine Gun Kelly wearing a pink dress, and Tekashi 6ix9ine going around and snitching to the feds. These are the examples that men have today. I think men are more than sensitive and vulnerable enough to make up, like in comparison to men from the generation of World War II to now, the idea that these men aren't sensitive enough is ridiculous.
I didn't say sensitive. I said emotionally and mentally mature.
Yeah, I didn't say sensitive. I said emotionally and mentally mature. So there it is right there. And I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother JSJD. I feel you. Most women would not take that interview. This woman did. And Cody, you wild, boy. You wild. She took it. She's a hardcore day one feminist. She's gone the distance. She's older now. She's past it. She took this interview with Mike thinking it was going to be some crazy knockdown, drag out, back and forth, not realizing that Mike Sertange is coming with facts and studies. He's going to be able to cite people like Professor Scott Galloway, and he shut her down completely at every turn. This was very embarrassing for her. It really hurt her. So what did she do? She removed the video. Right? They're not going to take the L, bro. So I feel you. What you're saying is correct. Most women, especially feminists, hardcore feminists, they won't take the interview because for fear that they're going to make themselves look bad. And that's exactly what happened here. Now, there's the talking points from this woman were the same talking points for the most part that Maddy was using on her video. And that's why she wanted that video taken down. That's why she wanted that. That's why she struck me. She wants it to go away. That's all it is. And it was hardcore feminist talking points, which, okay, it's fine. If that's what you want to believe, you can believe it. That's fine. But this is what it, Cody, you crazy, bro. Like, she looks like an aged Backstreet Boy. This is what happened, man. Like, ladies, y'all need to understand. We talked about that in the video with Maddy. She was talking about women should be compensated for the best years of their life or whatever. And maybe she was talking about because they were fertile and that's when they can have kids or whatever. But I was like, nah, I kept saying, no, it's about their beauty. She's like, oh, if women give up their youth or whatever. And I was like, it's their youth and beauty. Like, she didn't say the beauty part. I wonder why. So it was a lot of stuff that I was pointing out that just makes people say, right? And like with this woman, we're going to back it up. Because early on, she went like hardcore. She was saying stuff and it was like, what? So we're going to back this video up and check this part out, guys. Like with the stuff that she was saying.
Point, you're exactly right. It's only 2.3% of men. What happens though is because they end up with a guy who makes $70,000 a year and 5'9", they feel like they settled, but they didn't. If you were to look across the stratification, what's called assortative mating, they were a 6 and they ended up with a guy who was a 6, but because of the attention they got from men, they believed they were an 8 and were dating a guy who's a 5, and that wasn't actually what was going on for blood.
That's amazing. Congratulations. I'm just happy to hear, I've been kind of bitching for a long time about wanting to see more men step up for men in a more open and powerful way. And that didn't exist for a lot of years, or if it did, it was really kind of hidden, and men didn't really talk about their emotional or mental or goals, things like that. Just it's a very closed sort of world in that regard. And so it's awesome to see men really stepping up to help other men evolve and grow. Before we got filming, I brought up the fact that I feel like the reason why, and the difference between us is he's very data based, and because I've grown up with a lot of data that's like the food pyramid that turned out to be bullshit. I'm not that data based. I'm very much intuitive based because my intuition has proven me right time and time again. My observation is that men marry for a mommy 2.0 who cleans the house, cooks, takes care of the kids, takes care of their emotional, mental labor in the household, and then frequently, often has to put up with the fact that they get cheated on because that happens a lot. And then expected these days to make half the money, and women have finally had it. And I think that's the reason why they're not getting married as much anymore, and or are they having kids, which has a lot to do with the economy. Let's be honest. But the
So everything she's right. So this is a video I did a while ago. And you heard everything she said. She's like, I'm sitting here with brother Michael, who is fact-based, data-driven, and I'm not fact-based or data-driven. I go off of my intuition because my intuition has never proven me wrong. Okay, right? In this video, bro, like and I wanted to go back and cover the whole thing. When I went back to pull the video, man, she had scrubbed it. She got rid of it. She got rid of it. Right? It's just one of those things. She got rid of it. And a lot of women, like, if you buy into the feminine narrative and you wait until you're past it and you get older, and then you realize at that point that, man, it's not that many dudes coming after you. And it's like what Mike was saying before. Women say these things. I want a guy to do all these things. It's like, no, you want the guy that you're attracted to do those things. You don't want the other guys to do those things. You'll be disgusted if some guy you never knew walks up to you and tells you how beautiful you are and writes you a sonnet and gives you flowers and candy at work. You would report him to HR. Or if he did it on YouTube, you would copyright strike his content. Right? So it's just one of those things. And this is why, back to JSJD's point, very few feminists will have the conversation because it'll make them look bad. They'll go on, this is what drives that, Fresh and Fit After Hours. This is what drives whatever podcast. This is what drives Access Vegas, is when you finally get women to start giving you their point of view, and then they see it in 1080p. Just imagine how many women would love to be able to remove themselves from one of those podcasts because they embarrassed the hell out of themselves just spouting the stuff that they heard or the stuff that they were taught. It's like, get out of here. This is not how it works. Right? And Mandrell's right. Not being fact-based, bro. Like when she said that, I just blew my mind. That's the most embarrassing thing she said the whole time. And she said some wild stuff, y'all. She'll never learn it, Mandrell. All she'll do is go and erase the content. She'll never learn it. She'll never learn that stuff, man. And that woman, she's a published author. She's like a talking head. She's been on a bunch of stuff. I remember going to her YouTube channel. I forget her name, but I remember going on her YouTube channel. And that, like I said, that interview was gone. And it's not on Sartain's podcast, on his channel. And I think that was him saying, all right, told her, like, I won't post it. It's fine. I won't post it. And this woman didn't go through the internet trying to scrub it from everywhere. Otherwise, she just, she probably would have hit me up. But ladies, if you're going to get into this world, if you're going to get into the YouTube stuff, if you're going to put yourself out there and you say something, I mean, here's the thing. we do it live over here, so it makes sense if something is said or whatever. It's like, oh man, I didn't mean to say that. We do it live. Maddy reacts. She edits that. So you say it, then you go back and you edit, you go through it and you're looking at it, you hear it over and over and over again because you have to go, editing is tedious. You hear it over and over again. She had to edit that. And when you edit, you got to look at it. You got to kind of like proof it, like, looking at, okay, that looks good. The continuity is right. The cuts aren't too herky jerky. Like, editing takes a lot of time. You got to have a good eye for it. And even if someone else is doing the editing, she has to look at the final product and be like, yep, that's what I want, and post it. So she had all those opportunities. She puts it out there because she was proud of it, like everything else. Like, this is cool. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want to say. Post it. And then she sees the backlash. Oh, let's scrub all that. No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. And JSJD was like, they embarrass themselves. I'm with you, but they perceive embarrassment as legit feedback, and haters and misogyny from men. They refuse to accept critical feedback. Facts. We're on the same page, bro. We're on the same page. So the hardest of the hardcore feminists who do engage in this conversation outside of their bubble, they do take an interview from someone like me or Sertain or whoever. If they talk to someone like a Myron Gaines, right? When they do that, they'll look at it, see how bad they look, and then they'll want to scrub it. So we're on the same page here. So very few women will take that argument. Very few. There are a couple who might try it, but very few will do that. And oh, girl, like, back to Maddy reactions, she's not looking for drama. She just doesn't want people to go away. She doesn't want her numbers to go down. That's all. She got scared. She said it. She knew what she was saying. She put it out there. Right? She said, I know you guys are going to come for me in the chat. She purposely did what she did. She put it out there. And then she didn't like, just to your point, she didn't like what came back. And she's like, I gotta get rid of this stuff. I gotta get rid of it. I gotta make this all go away so I can get these people back. How many people did she lose? I think she had over 100,000. Maybe she lost, maybe she lost 3,000 people in a matter of a couple of weeks. Maybe she lost 5,000 people. And that's YouTube. YouTube goes up and down. Don't worry about the people you get and, people who subscribe and unsubscribe. Maybe her views are starting to go down and she's putting it all on that. Like, well, if I get rid of this, this problem will go away and my views will go back. I don't know. It's like what Justin Bieber think. Bro, you funny. Stop thinking, stop paying attention to what grown women who look like Justin Bieber think. They ain't gonna never stop thinking, bro, like that. Cause they think it with the other man. Just do it. Simpletons will never go anywhere, bro. They're always going to be there. And I ain't mad at them. They just want to interact with beautiful women and they don't get the opportunity. This technology gives them an opportunity to interact with beautiful women. I ain't mad at them. Bro. I get it. They don't have the game. They don't have the courage. They don't have the charisma. They don't have whatever it takes to go out in the real world and meet them. They're too afraid to fail, right? All these things we tell you guys, man, you got to get out there and you have to fail. You can't be afraid to not fail, man. You got to get out there and fail. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Y'all have heard that before, right? It's a numbers game, bro. Go up and try to engage. Here's the thing. You can engage in conversation with a beautiful woman. If your conversational skills are solid and you just have just a little bit of charisma, right? If you're just a little bit funny, she'll sit there and talk to you, bro. She'll sit there and talk to you until she has to go. But you have to learn that skill. And once you begin to learn that skill, you have to hone that skill. And how do you hone that skill? You go out there and you talk to people in the real world. And you just don't wait to talk to the fine chick, right? You have to talk to the 3s and the 4s. And the conversation is just as difficult, man, because the 3s and 4s are looking down at you. You might be a solid 5. The 3s and 4s are looking down at you. So it's really a numbers game, 100%. You have to do it. There was a video. Let me see if I can find it. There was a video, and I just erased it too. I had it set up. I was going to do a DL short on it. Like, you know what? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. This guy was talking about, so you still don't have a girlfriend? And he was talking about why. And this is this is one of those dudes have a big page. It was just I saw it and I was just kind of blown away by it. See if I could find it again. Wow. I was going to take me some time to find that. I'm just looking at what popped up. Wow. It's a lot of invisible dudes on YouTube. Wow. 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 Maybe it was under here. No, I wasn't here. So you guys got to realize, man, you got to get out there. You got to talk to women. That's what it boils down to. I'll set this up later. I'll definitely find the video that I was thinking about, guys, and do a deal short or something so you can see what I'm talking about. But guys, you have to go out there, challenge yourself to be the best version of yourself. Go out there and meet these people, bro. Beautiful women are just the same as the ugly women. They're not so beautiful women. They're all the same. I need to understand that, bro. From 2 to 10, they're all the same. They're all the same. And they're all looking down at you if you're the average dude. You are invisible to them. Even though she's a 3 and you're a 5, she's looking down at you, bro. And the sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. So go out there and just talk, man. Always be talking that shit, bro. ABTS, always be talking shit. Go out there, engage in conversation. Right? We talk about this all the time. If you're checking out of the store, engage in conversation. When you're in a restaurant, you're talking to your server, and she's female, engage in conversation. She has to talk to you. Right? Just try to see if you can get her to make us to smile, just whatever. Engage in conversation. When you're at the lounge or wherever you are, don't be afraid to talk. Some people ain't gonna want to talk to you. That's fine. I don't waste my time talking to dudes. There's a lot of y'all do that, man. Stop doing that. That's weird shit. Right? Stop walking up to dudes and talking to dudes. And the reason these guys come up and talk to dudes like me and other guys, is because they don't want anything from me. And they know more than likely I'm going to talk to them. Right? But if a weirdo dude comes up to me, bro, I'm going to look you dead in your face and tell you, stop being a weirdo. Leave me alone. Because these weirdo dudes be coming up to me, man, talking to me like they know me. And they don't even know me from the podcast or nothing. They don't know me. And they come up and just start talking shit. And I ask them, a lot of them, why are you talking to me? How come you ain't talking to her? Why ain't you over there talking to that woman? Why are you over here talking to me? Because you're afraid to get turned down. You're afraid that she's not going to engage with you. Stop being a coward, man. Go over there and talk to her, bro. Quit wasting your time over here with me. Yeah, guys want to come talk to me because they see that I'm around a bunch of beautiful women and they want me to introduce them to the women. I ain't doing that shit. I'm not doing that. No. You want to learn how to do this, bro? I have a course. And this is how much it costs, and this is what we do. And it's in the real world. We go outside. It's not a Zoom course. You want to learn how to do this, I'll take you out, but I'm not going to do it for free. No, I'm not going to introduce you to her. Right? I remember once this is years ago. I think I was in Dallas. Anyway, wherever I was, it was some random ass weirdo dude going around, and he was telling the girls in there that he knew me. And one of the girls came over, was like, you need to get your friend. Your friend is like real annoying. I'm like, what friend? Like, baby, I live in LA. I'm out here by myself. She's like, that guy over there says he's your friend. I walk right over to the dude, like, man, what the fuck's wrong with you? And you don't know me. Why you telling these people you know me? Right? And I'm sorry, man. Everyone you just seem to be so cool. And I thought if I just told people that I'm with you, they would talk to me. I'm like, man, don't you ever do that shit again. Some random dude. Right? Some little bitty ass, random, invisible guy. Right? Like, go around and tell these people you don't know me. You're going around saying, I don't really know him. Then he left. Weirdos, man. Stop being fucking weird. These guys do that, man. Go up and talk to them. Go talk to women, man. Get shit, man. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. You know what I mean? It's just it's so frustrating, bro. It is what it is. So let's wrap this up, man. Thanks for rocking out with me. So yeah, DL Saint got his first copyright strike. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely gonna appeal it. I just want to give it a couple days. I sent little shorty a message on Instagram. Just want to give her a couple days to see if she wants to reach out and make this right. But once I respond to the YouTube folks, it's over. And she ain't really got to say nothing to me about that. And it's just lesson to be learned here, guys. Look out, right? Look out. There's people like that, not just women. There are people like that. There are a lot of people out there, bro, that will throw you under the bus in a minute. They would throw you under the bus in a minute, bro. So just keep that in mind. It's, so many people just like, it's all women. It's not all women, man. It's not. And Kobe, you might be right, man. You might be right. They might be trying to say, I'm thinking you my dad. Some random black guy came in here about 18 years ago, 19 years ago, and, maybe you were him. Like, maybe. Right? But, like, it is what it is. Casual Germs in the building. What's good, fam? Maybe. Every time I go to Grayling, Michigan, bro, I be looking around. I be looking around like, I was here this many years ago, so the kids would be right around this age. Yeah, that's the thing. That is a thing. And of course, I ain't gonna mess it up because some other dude's probably raising little saints, so I don't want to get in the middle of all that. All right. So I've been, when I was in the Army, bro, same thing in Seoul, Korea. Yeah, it might be some little me's running around that I don't know about. But like it is what it is, fellas. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with me. I appreciate y'all. That's all we got for today. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll let you know how it turns out. This is my first copyright strike. I'm just really shocked that it came from this particular YouTuber. And like we said, I'm pretty sure she did it. Trying to protect herself. She stepped in it. She said some stuff that she wants scrubbed from the internet, and this is her way of going about doing it. It is what it is. But like I said, people that see this video, they'll come over here and say what they got to say. They'll comment in the videos. If you're watching this on Team Replay, feel free to put in the comments what you think. If you guys know about the whole copyright law and all that, or how YouTube works the copyright thing, let me know in the description below in the comments below if you think that I stole her intellectual property, if you think that what I did was a copyright thing. Which all I did was react to what she was saying. That's all I did. I did what she was doing with the Bill Burr content. She was reacting to his material. I was reacting to what she's had to say about Bill Burr. That's all it was. It is what it is. So it'll definitely, and I'll get it fixed, bro. Because I want to put that video up. I will get it fixed. I'm gonna hit them up, let them know, like, what's this? And it's just, that's an abuse. That's an abuse of a system that too many people are doing. There's plenty of videos out there as to what to do, what to say, whatever. I'm gonna get myself gamed up, and I will send Saturday. I will send my response. That gives her a couple of days to reach out to me on Instagram. Thing about Instagram, guys, when you hit people up, they see women look at every single message. And she knows that a message is coming. Like, she knows, like, this dude is probably going to hit me up. So if she chooses to ignore me, that's fine. I will send in my appeal on Saturday, and we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted as this, progresses. I'll keep you guys posted every step of the way. We'll be back tomorrow early, guys. Remember, I got an event tomorrow, so we're going to be early with Trump Thursday. We're going to be talking about the lacrosse players who were wrongly accused of SA, EPAR. They didn't do it. EPAR is the word backwards because YouTube doesn't like you to use that word. So much censorship over here. But this woman accused these boys of EPARing her years and years ago, and now she's come out to say that she lied about that. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about what's going on with the CEO shooter and how Americans are dealing with that. And we're also going to be talking about Trump's latest moves and what he's been saying about tariffs and what he's saying about what's going on in Syria and whatever else is out there. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll probably jump on tomorrow around 12 noon or 1 p.m. Be looking for the thumbnail. So we'll be able to do a full episode. And then, I got an event to attend to that night. So thanks for rocking out with me, guys. I appreciate y'all. Oh, let me put my Instagram up here just in case Maddy Reaction people are watching this video. That's how you get a hold of me right there. I really want to know podcasts on Instagram, all one word. Hit me up on there. But I already hit her up on her Instagram. So all she has to do is answer, which was like Cody said, she ain't going to do it. I hope she does. I really do. I really, truly hope, Maddy, if you're watching this, I really hope that you get in touch with me so we can work this out. It's not a big thing. You made a mistake. No problem. Let's collab, right? I will take the video down, no problem, if you are willing to do an interview with me. Simple as that. I think that's more than fair. But just understand something. YouTube is going to allow me to put this video back up. The video is going to go back up. And once it does, I'm not taking it down. I'm not going to take it down. So hit me up if you out there, shorty, and let's come to a resolution, a sensible resolution, right? So that's it. That's all I got for y'all, man. I'm DL Saint. This is the I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.